CBS 12 News at 11.
Why would they shoot him in his back? If he was away from them, he's not a threat to them.
Now at 11, a family demanding answers after their son was shot by a West Palm Beach police officer. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Suzanne Boyd. Police say 20-year-old Dimitri Smalls pulled a gun on the officer as he was checking out a call about a suspicious person. But the young man's mother says that she believes her son was running away. CBS 12's Josh Repp is live outside St. Mary's Medical Center, where Smalls is in the hospital tonight. So, Josh, what is the family saying about his condition?
Well, right now he's been updated to he's expected to be okay. He's recovering from his wounds inside St. Mary's Medical Center, like you said. Police say they shot him in the stomach, but the family says the police shot him in the back, and they want answers.
Why was the police, why would they shoot him in his back? If he was away from them, he's not a threat to them. If he was running, they shot my baby in the back.
An emotional mother, arm in arm with her close friends and family, wants to know why her son Dimitri Smalls was gunned down by a West Palm Beach police officer.
They won't let me visit my child. That's why. That's my problem.
Tabitha Gilbert's patience coming to an end at St. Mary's Medical Center, not allowed to see her son.
They would not let me even see him because it's a police matter.
At a taped-off, police-lit Woodstock apartment complex off Congress Avenue, neighbors tell us July 4th fireworks came early.
1 pound, that's it.
Like a pop, pop, pop. I wasn't sure if it was firecrackers or not.
But today, not a day of celebration.
It took off. There was a foot chase.
West Palm Beach police tell us they approached Smalls because he was acting suspicious. That's when Smalls ran from the officer and pulled out a gun.
The person didn't listen, and unfortunately our officer was forced to fire a shot.
But Tabitha defends her son to the end and points the finger back at the police officer who pulled the trigger.
Even if he was running, they shouldn't have shot him.
Now the rest of the family can only wait to be allowed to see Dimitri, demanding action.
We're looking for justice. It should be justice. We're looking for justice. That's what we're looking for.
And the family tells us that Dimitri is recovering from a collapsed lung. He's out of surgery, expected to do just okay. As for that West Palm Beach police officer, he's been placed on paid administrative leave. We'll update you as this story progresses. Live in West Palm Beach, Josh Repp, CBS 12 News.
All right, thanks, Josh. Palm Beach County has had 7 officer-involved fatal shootings this year, doubling the total for all of 2011. Today's shooting was the second involving the West Palm Beach Police Department this year. In March, a West Palm Beach police officer fatally shot Marcus Nellums after the 28-year-old shot an officer in the shoulder. CBS 12 News exclusive at 11. The family of a suspect who died in a high-speed police chase wants answers tonight. 38-year-old Cyrus Deal died when he crashed the car he was driving during a police chase early yesterday morning. Authorities say they tried to pull over Deal after they noticed the silver Volkswagen Beetle he was driving matched the description of a car used in a possible armed robbery. When CBS 12 News cameras were rolling at Deal's house yesterday, the family was not happy, but today they had a change of heart and told us the car he was driving was one he had just bought for his daughter at an auction.
Yes, because they trying to paint a picture as he was a robber and someone that stole cars. No, sweetie, he had to steal nothing, nothing. He had plenty. He had more than plenty.
The Boynton Beach police officer involved in the chase has not been identified and was put on administrative leave, which is standard procedure. New at 11, fire crews on the scene after a fire breaks out at this townhome in Lake Worth. The fire started just after 8 this evening on Kimberton Way. Neighbors tell us they think children started the fire.
They seen 4 little kids, I guess, or something like that, and they used a backpack and they had some gasoline that they caught the back porch on fire.
Now, fire crews have not confirmed that this was arson. The fire was under control within an hour and is under investigation. A gas leak forced fire crews to evacuate 3 stores and a movie theater at this Wellington shopping center today. It happened at the Wellington Marketplace, which is off Greenview Shores Boulevard. Propane started leaking from a 100-gallon tank around 11 this morning. Firefighters evacuated Brooklyn Brothers, Japan Express, Alligator Art, and the movie theater there. They spent a few hours capping the leak and burning turning off the propane, and as you can see, the gas company came in and removed that tank. No one was hurt. We are getting some new information now about a family who was run down as they were leaving the Marlins game yesterday. A 10-year-old girl remains in critical condition in the hospital tonight. Her brother, sister, and grandmother all killed. Police say the family was walking back to their car after the game when a minivan jumped a curb and came speeding toward them. The children's father was spared. Police think the driver may have had a heart attack. He was killed in the accident as well. New information tonight. Authorities say a Largo teen who was shot during a game of Russian roulette has died. Deputies say 17-year-old Thorin Montgomery was the first of his friends to have a turn at the game when the gun went off Friday night. Montgomery was shot in the head. The teen passed away from his injuries this morning. Turning to weather at 11, meteorologist Michael Ehrenberg has a look at your first forecast in the Storm Track Center. Michael,
yeah,
it was a beautiful weekend.
Yeah, it really was a beautiful weekend, Suzanne. None of us had any rain except if you live way out west, and it looks like a dry weather pattern. Well, it's going to stick around for at least the next few days. You can see those high temperatures in the middle column. They're upper 80s and low 90s this afternoon. Right now, we are for the most part in those low 80s. 82 in Jupiter now, 83 in Riviera Beach. Hello to you in Boynton, Delray, and Boca Raton. Your temperatures in the low 80s tonight and upper 70s out there in Pahokee and Belgrade. 79 in Vero, 79 in Fort Pierce, and 81 right now for those of you in Okeechobee City. And on the radar, all quiet out there. We continue with that dry weather pattern. Overnight tonight, temperatures will gradually drop into the mid to upper 70s at the coast and those low 70s for those of you out west of the Florida Turnpike. Tomorrow looks like another dry day, but the question is, how long will that last? What about increasing rain chances ahead? We'll talk about it when I come back with your 7-day forecast, Suzanne.
All right, thanks, Michael. Governor Rick Scott says he will not implement part of President Obama's health care law here in Florida. The states have the option of putting the Medicaid expansion into place, and Governor Scott says it won't happen here in the Sunshine State.
It doesn't work. I'm not going to put our citizens at risk of a program that doesn't work. So we're not going to implement this Medicaid expansion. These exchanges also don't work. If the exchanges work, the private sector would already be doing it.
Now, the Supreme Court ruled last week the cornerstone of the law, the mandate that all Americans buy health insurance, is constitutional. Since Thursday, we've been asking you, should the Affordable Care Act be repealed? And we have a non-scientific poll on our website. The numbers continue to change, but right now, here's a look at where the poll stands. 64% of you say yes, it should be repealed. 35% say no, and you can vote by just heading to our website, CBS12.com, and clicking yes or no. Explosions rock Sunday church services, bombs killing 17 people and injuring many more. Where it happened and who targeted the church.
We really didn't know if we would have a house the next morning or not.
Families seeing the charred remains of where they once lived, the dramatic images of what's left behind in the worst wildfires in Colorado's history. And a team trying to find the best small towns in America visits a local city. We're going to tell you what they thought of Delray Beach. Welcome back. Explosions targeting 2 churches in Kenya near the Somali border killed at least 17 people today. It is the latest round of attacks on the East African nation. The Red Cross says the blast wounded at least 40 others. No one immediately claimed responsibility for the incidents in the town of Garissa. Violence has escalated since Kenyan forces invaded neighboring Somalia last year to battle an Islamist militant group, which is blamed for kidnappings of foreigners in that nation. Authorities in Colorado are lifting more evacuation orders for people who had to flee their homes. About 7,000 more people were allowed to return to their homes tonight. They got a chance to see their property for the first time since those raging wildfires drove them out about a week ago. For some, their homes are still standing, but for hundreds of others, they returned to charred remains. Red Cross mental health counselors are with them. The Waldo Canyon fire has scorched more than 17,000 acres and destroyed 350 homes. Meanwhile, millions of Americans in the Mid-Atlantic region are still without power after deadly storms ripped through that area, and scorching temperatures are only complicating that situation. Inez Ferre has the story.
Crews in Virginia worked around the clock untangling and reconnecting down power lines.
It's an all-hands-on-deck effort.
Friday's storms knocked out power to more than 3 million people from the Midwest to the East Coast. Officials say it could take up to a week to get everyone back online.
We have made some progress, but we still have a lot more work to do. This storm had all of the impact of a hurricane without the warning time that a hurricane would typically give to us.
In Atlantic County, New Jersey, utility trucks rolled in to start restoring power. Triple-digit temperatures are making matters worse. Some are buying up generators and ice so their food doesn't spoil.
Ice is the main thing. Keep my water cool, juices and stuff.
The oppressive heat stretches from the middle of the country all the way to the East Coast, including here in New York City.
It is brutal. It is hot.
People exercising outside are trying to take the heat in stride.
Every now and then I take this bottle of water, just pour it over my head, and feels great.
In South Carolina, cooling centers are open. Even the youngest are trying to stay cool. Forecasters predict many areas will still have to deal with temperatures in the 90s for much of the week. Ines Ferre for CBS News, New York.
And more severe weather also ripped through parts of the country today, causing more damage in parts of Ohio and North Carolina. Authorities say 3 people died in the North Carolina storm. All right, Michael Ehrenberg joining us now with our Storm Track forecast. We do want to show people a really quick picture that our operations manager, Carl Puglisi, sent us today. This is a conch that he found on the Loxahatchee River, and you can actually see the animal still inside.
That is pretty amazing.
Isn't that pretty cool? You can see his eyes there. Remember, we want to see your cool pictures and video. You can see it, shoot it, and send it to newstips@cbs12.com.
We thank Carl for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What a great find.
Yeah, great find, Suzanne. And speaking of the heat, take a look at these high temperatures today. We thought it was hot here in Florida. Ooh. No way. I mean, 90 here, no big deal. 103 in Raleigh this afternoon, 105 in Atlanta, 100 in Memphis, 101 in Denver. Unbelievable. And in this purple area throughout much of the southeast, temperatures were 100 plus. Some all-time records being broken in some of these states here. But like you can see here, that heat not going to come here, as is often the case in the summertime months. It is warmer north of Florida than it is down here in southern sections of the state. Right now, we're taking a look outside, back to home here. Temperatures reach the upper 80s and low 90s this afternoon. Still kind of warm out there tonight with an almost full moon. It's full in 2 more days right now. The temperature 82 in West Palm. Winds are south at 6, and that is certainly the warm wind direction. Radar all quiet outside tonight, and we're going to be keeping it hot here in South Florida over the next few days, but not as hot as up north. Upper 80s coast, mid 90s inland, and those heat indexes will be 100 plus. Now, we will be mainly rain free out there from Monday and Tuesday. Then our rain chances go up, but not much, up to 30% as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right now, the tropics are very, very quiet. Here are the way things set up today. A few isolated inland showers and storms, but right now you can see things have really cleared out. And tomorrow we go hour by hour in the Futurecast. There is the lunch hour, 3 p.m., 10 to 20% rain chance tomorrow. So we continue for the most part on the dry side here in South Florida. In Palm Beach County and Jupiter, most of eastern sections of the area, temperatures will rise in the upper 80s to about 90 during the afternoon. Along the Treasure Coast there, your temperature is starting out in the mid 70s, reaching 90 or 91 by the mid to late part of the afternoon. The setup continues to show that big heat ridge, the high pressure ridge in the upper atmosphere, centered over the southeast with a lower level high pressure area right over central Florida. But with this upper high in place, the air sinks and it prevents the upward motion needed for showers and storms. Now that's going to weaken as we head out into the middle of the week, and some of this remaining moisture from this tropical wave over the Caribbean, which has really petered out this evening, will move across South Florida. So bottom line is, after a few more dry days, our rain chances heading back up, but not all that much, 30% for Wednesday, Thursday, and on to the weekend. For the rest of tonight, they're mostly clear, nice near full moon, 70 out west, those mid to upper 70s at the coast. Your Monday back to work looking like this, sunny to partly cloudy. Yeah, another hot one, 89 or 90 at the beach, and some low and mid 90s again as you work your way west of the Turnpike. Great beach and boating weather for you tomorrow. Seas 1 to 2 with winds southwest to southeast at 5 to 10 knots. Here's your 7-day forecast. Dry for Monday and Tuesday. Independence Day, Wednesday looks like a 30% chance for a shower, but most likely fireworks will be dry. And even though we're ending this weekend, next weekend always in view here at CBS 12, and you can see a 30% chance for showers then, and temperatures near 90. And there is your weather.
All right, thanks, Michael. A big day in sports. CBS 12 Sports Director Pat Murphy has all the action from this busy day. So let's throw it over to Pat for our Sunday night Sports Plus show. Hi, Pat.
Hey, Suzanne. The Marlins have been all over the highway this season, from last place to first and back to the cellar. but they might be finding their mojo again. Let's roll from the fish tank where skipper Azagian and his troops looking for 4 straight wins. Bottom half the second, Omar Infante with a double to left. In comes a run, it's 1-1. Moments later, John Buck with a laser shot to right field.